Alright YouTube, it's finally time to unveil the final shop update video of the series, really. Obviously you might see more little shop videos, add-ons and that kind of stuff, but this is the final shop build video. The shop is mostly complete construction style wise. I can't really think of anything else that's done, but I mean in the future we might add some guards on the bottom, you know. I think Just Martin said something about that in a few videos ago, about adding like a kick plate at the bottom to protect the insulation. That might get put up eventually, but for right now this is how it's set up right now, just because we got to move some things. Obviously not everything's in here that we plan on putting in here, but the bulkier items are. And the power is on, as you guys can see, finally. It's just really, I'm just now getting around to being able to make a video of it. But I'll swing you around here. You guys can sort of see. I don't have a very wide camera, so it's kind of, you can't really see too high up there, but you can sort of see how it goes here. I'm standing at the main head door here. Now we started this project back, you guys can see where it started with the demolition of the old barn that was here. That was old horse barn. It was termited and didn't have a chance of protecting anything. It really wasn't enclosed, it was kind of open, and you can't really lock it at all. So we tore that down and started the building process of this. I tore the building down, and some companies and us did the rest of it. So yeah, let me take out the well, I guess I'll keep it on the tripod here. I'd like to say sorry about my cough to begin with. I'm a little sick here. I can't necessarily remember where I left off on the last video. I know we didn't have power, and I guess the first thing we can do is start with these lights. Now these are made by Atlas. You guys might have seen them in another video, just not on. They are 6 bulb T5 lights. They're fluorescent, T5 fluorescent lights. We have 4 of them. There was questioning about how bright they would actually be. And it is very bright in here, extremely bright. It's kind of like ice rink bright in here. The video sort of puts dark spots on either side where the lights are, but I can tell you now, there's not, visually seeing it with my own eyes, there's not any dark spots, and the light is very even throughout the building here. Very bright. Definitely don't need any more lights, that's for sure. Those lights provide plenty enough to see in here at night. And you can light this place up at night and you can't even tell it's night outside, to be honest. But right now it's about mid-afternoon. Another thing is that fan. That fan works good. I'll cut it on here. This fan controller's right here. It's kind of goofy because one is high speed, but I'm going to set it on like medium while we're in here so you can actually hear me. Garage door number 1. The service door, I guess. I'm going to cut this fan down one more. There we go. Yeah. See, we got the toolboxes, air compressor, a few chainsaws in here right now. There's one in there, one up there, that kind of stuff. An old Craftsman toolbox with some stuff in it. Grinder. Got a welder down here right now. Other tools. Service mechanics cart here. And our heater. I don't know if that heater will be enough to heat this building. It might. Got some plaques up there. Those plaques are always fun. Those are from the garage, if you guys ever seen the videos back then. They were just sold like a Ford Motor Company and Coke signs, that kind of stuff. Got some generators, more outlets. Here's one of the 3-way switches right here. Of course, this all being 20 amp, you have to buy the super bulky switches and plugs and stuff. Yeah, another service door here with the overhead style spring. which is quite nice instead of the big stretchy ones. I guess now would be an okay time to mention the floor. The floor was epoxy. This is the last thing I did to the building, or I assisted in doing in the building. It's I think it's a company called Supercoat. It's a two-part epoxy. You mix it together, and then you mix in, you roll it down and throw in the flakes, and then you put a glaze coat on top of that. This is what's on this floor now. It's kind of dirty now that there's some dirt and whatnot on it, but see, it's got like little paint chips in it. Kind of gives it a cool look to it, bowling alley-ish kind of. But it lightens it up in here, and it keeps the floor protected, and so we don't have to pressure wash the concrete crazy often. Keeps it nice and clean in here. You can easily mop that kind of stuff up. The trailer probably won't be in here too much longer. It takes up a lot of space, and we have room for a trailer somewhere else. This is the little trailer, just shuttling things back and forth between the old shop and the new shop. Haven't put up my hose reel yet. I got to do that. Not sure if we'll put it up top there on a beam, or we'll keep it down here. Got a electric cable here that you can pull out. Little shop, the new Troy-Bilt horse there with a dolly on top. I mean a creeper. Got some other things around here. Trimmers, edgers, pressure washers, a zero turn, sprayers, and a little bit of hand tools. Of course, we haven't moved everything over here yet. There's just some kind of, we're still trying to figure out how we want to lay it out in here, since we gotta, I think the plan sort of is, what I've heard, that side I'm guessing, it's going to be sort of the outdoor section, so eventually that tractor is probably going to be parked over there somewhere. That's, seeing as it is now, that's probably going to be the outdoor section. This is probably going to be like the mechanical bay area, kind of like tools, that kind of stuff. Over here I think is going to be like a wood shop, so like larger wood tools, saws, planers, sanders, that kind of stuff. That's probably going to be over here. This is all in given time though. I mean, it's going to take some time, a few years probably, to fill this area up. We got more plaques up there. I think I got a Bluebird bus one I got for free. Some my radio's up there. I love that radio. You guys ever looking for a nice shop radio? That one's pretty good. It's a Bosch. More signs up there. Yeah, I think the whole reason about putting the wood shop over here is that it's closer to the electrical panel. So a lot of larger wood tools take 220. So the closer it is to the box, that's a little easier to wire up and cheaper. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but this is the box, made by Eaton. Got some panels here. Your main service breaker, yeah, your normal stuff. We only have 4 things right now. If we ever plan on putting things that draw a little bit more, we'll put another one more in. Compressor's not off an idea right now. This is all over a given spans of time right now, so everything's up for debate. Even air conditioning might be up for debate, like a ductless air conditioner or something like that. But that's we're not even at the point of thinking about it yet, so it's just out there. This area, I'm not really sure what this area is going to be used for just yet, just because it's kind of a door area. Probably, I'm guessing some kind of rack storage maybe somewhere over there, some kind of storage area. But yeah, that's sort of the rundown of what the shop is here. Fan's going a little slow right now because I can talk to you guys. I guess I can make this a general update since I'm home right now, and I probably won't make too many videos because I don't have time. But there's the deer. It runs a little rough, and the hood is completely shattered on it, hence the reason it doesn't have a hood anymore. I had to weld the muffler back together there because it cracked, so I did that. But yeah, supposedly it doesn't like to idle, and it surges. So I'm honestly tired of dealing with it, frankly. It's just too finicky to deal with. Slightest little thing and it goes wrong. But yeah, I guess it still runs fine. Well, still works. I mean, you keep it at full throttle all day, it runs fine, but it doesn't like to idle and whatnot. I haven't done a review on that saw, but I got to do a review on that. I think it's the MS-180. I think I'm not really. I think it's MS-180. It's the bigger of the two smaller ones. There's the Kawasaki hedge trimmer that runs just fine. Got the littler steel saw here. That runs good. Got the big Husqvarna saw that runs great. Trailer. The mower still runs good after probably hundreds of hours. I don't know how old that thing is. 2004 maybe is that when that was made, and it still starts first pull every time. Never done a lick of maintenance on it. I just did a review on that, so that's all good. It looks like it needs a good cleaning though. The Honda Husqvarna trimmer is doing good. That's something I need to do a review on. That's an Echo PE 225. That's fairly new this season. And I haven't been here long enough to, well, I have been, but I haven't tested this since I've come back from school for a few days. But I imagine that runs just the way I left it. The Honda tiller is still doing good. It's sort of in hibernation right now. It will probably be used at the end of the gardening season here to till everything back under in the beds. Blowtorch, that's what that is. Yeah. And then I guess that's a saw. I don't really do too much videos of that. But if you guys want to see a video of anything out here, I'll gladly do it for you. It may not be immediately, but it'll be good. And yeah, if you guys are those interested in the lights, I know some people are interested in how bright the lights were. 4 of these in a 1,200 square foot building like this is very bright, plenty bright to do anything. I mean, it's a white light too, so it's pretty modern looking, I guess. Like I said, the camera sort of gives it dark spots, but they're not really there. It's sort of daytime light kind of look, which is nice. Oh, I guess the air compressor is doing good. It's heavy, but it does good. Give you guys another glance here. I think at the end of this video, I think I'll add a night view to this building, just because it's has a whole bunch of lights on the outside too that look kind of cool. So I'll do a little walk around video towards the end, merge that over, I guess. But yeah, if you guys wanted to see anything more about this building, like I said, protecting shields might go up eventually, over a little bit of time probably. The floor is probably the newest part of this video you guys haven't seen, and the fact that there's power in this building now. Everything's 20 amp. Like if you guys watch my wiring video, you guys saw me wiring a lot of it. It's 20 amp. Everything that's outside is on the same circuit. We sort of accidentally but planned it that way. It just worked out that way. You can see we got some power. But yeah, as you can see, everything is working good. You guys can expect future videos in here. Working probably. I still got to move some stuff down, like the workbench and that kind of stuff, and some other things. But for the most part, everything's down here. It's not really necessarily organized or straightened out, but I gotta get to that eventually. Want to come back from school probably, maybe Thanksgiving or over Christmas break, over winter break. Probably get to that. But yeah, if you guys want to see a review of anything or something particular you saw in the video, I'm sure you guys will find some more. Might find something you guys are interested in that you might want to see a review of. But yeah, I'm going to jump to the other shop right now, and I'll show you guys sort of what that looks like, since a lot of my videos are made in that shop. So I'll be right back. Okay, so a lot of you guys joined my videos when I was in this shop, which is sort of an absolute tornado wreck mess right now, just because all this stuff is being really sorted through and cleaned up and brought to the other new building. So yeah, see, you guys can see I can actually walk back and forth in here, and there's no zero turn or tractor and that kind of stuff. Continue on the update, I guess. PB500 H, I think? No, T. PB500T. It's right there. Still doing good. That thing, I always feel sorry for my blowers. I got another backpack blower, my Husqvarna one. I always feel bad for them. If you can feel bad for an object, I guess. But those things get tons of hours put on. Like, I think yesterday it ran full throttle for about 3 hours, leaf blowing a high school stadium. So those things get a lot of hours on them. And I mean, this probably ran at my house at least 30 minutes every day, I'd imagine. But yeah, that one's still doing good, holding up. I got a water cooler for that building. That's going to go down there. But yeah, this is sort of what's left of the shop. Tools are still moving down. I got to bring my chainsaw gear, I guess, down there too. I got this stuff, protect it, hard hat, chaps, that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of tools that sort of brought out and need to be brought back in. Here's pieces to the John Deere. So you can see there's the grill. It's in kind of a sorry shape, unfortunately. And John Deere charges $600 for a piece of plastic for a $3,000 tractor. It's kind of, I mean, you got to really think about if that's worth it. I mean, I really wish they would have used metal hoods, but I guess longevity isn't in John Deere's mind right at this moment. So, but yeah, like I said, if you guys see anything in this video you guys want to see, I'll gladly do a review for you. Probably will be a while, like I said, just because I'm at school. I'm trying to get a little bit more, try to do those live streams a little bit more often. I think those are fun and cool. You guys definitely keep me entertained, which I like. But yeah, all the tools are still the same. Trying to look for something I did a review on, but I got a little bit of everything here that I've probably never done a review on in my life. But so I've been doing this for like 6 years, so sometimes I forget what videos I have and don't have. You can see this is the old shop. Like I said, it's like a garage, I guess. It's the one with the tornado shelter in it, or that's more useful purpose of the oil change pit. It's really a storm shelter. But I know I get a lot of videos on that. It's still doing good. It's still here. You can. I haven't had any tornadoes yet. We didn't have any tornadoes this season, so that's great. Haven't had to use that. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's hot in there. But yeah. Got some things I gotta fix here. These are T8 bulbs, by the way. For those of you want to do some comparison. These, well, that one is. Whoa, focus. That's a T8 bulb. 2 T8 bulbs in that. I had to, well, we had to put a new piece of drywall right there because there was a leak that we had to address and cut it out. And we're in the middle of mudding it up and fixing that, so we had to take a fluorescent light bulb out and put just a little incandescent outlet in there while we're waiting. But working on that, fixing this place up a little bit. This is a little bit more recent. That's just a way to cut that away to address air conditioning condensation, since this part of this building is a little bit tight in working areas. Yeah, one thing I am going to miss about this shop though is the sink. The big shop does not have a sink. It does have water outside, which could be always could be ran in if we really needed it, but Shop sink is pretty nice to wash your hands and whatnot. Refrigerator may or may not be moved down there, probably not. More miscellaneous stuff, just repair stuff, home video stuff. But yeah, that should be the final update. This shop is getting cleared out. The final plan is to be able to park the Ridgeline in here, and probably another vehicle right here, probably the Odyssey or the Mazda 6 in here somewhere. Yep, that's the final little hurrah about the building updates. I can't exactly remember when we started that, but it was a while ago, and it's it's been fast, but it's gone slow, just the amount of work. But, yep, so you guys can say goodbye to work in this shop. You might see it again, you might not. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see anything, and thanks for sticking with me through these times. Alright, YouTube, so here's the last part of the shop update here. Well, this is the part I said I would include. This is the outdoor nighttime one. Hopefully you can hear me over these bugs and crickets and cicadas and more crickets. Is show the Honeywell light spotlights here. You can sort of see, I'll back up. You can see how bright they are. They pull 40 watts, I believe. The camera doesn't really do it justice, but I can pretty much see most side of this building. I think there's 40 LEDs in there, but it pretty much lights it up pretty good in here. It's a white light, kinda good security light. I got another one over here. This one's kind of the bug attractor, but it lights up my whole side yard over here. Pretty much lights up the night like a firework. There it goes. It lights up that garage just so we can, you know, if we're working outside or working in the shop and it's a little late and we got the doors open, we can see. And for security, obviously. But yeah, and pretty much kind of like a prison compound with all these lights. Another bright LED light. This one shines in the back here. Very much lit up the backyard here. It's got some good lighting power here. Since this side over here doesn't have anything on it, there's no lights on it, and keeps the road a little down, I guess. But yeah, I'm trying to give you a perspective of how actually bright these things actually light up the yard here in the building. These are sort of mercury halide alternatives. I'll show you one of those here in a second. When they did the power, they put one of those into. But so you can see, you stand under one of these things and you can't even tell it's nighttime, really. It's pretty bright. And there's no doubt about it. Pretty much light up this whole area. Alright, and I'll show you sort of the alternative to these lights. Is a kind of, I think they call them heavy metal lights or mercury halide, I believe. But they use a lot more power. I think all three of those lights consume less power than one of these mercury halide lamps. These are the ones that sort of hum. But you can see we're sort of walking towards it. It's up here. It's sort of like a brownish. I mean, this light is more directional, while those LED, well, it's not as directional. It spreads out a little farther. See, but it's not as bright. It's got this brown color to it. Sort of like it's a normal street light, pretty much, and it can light up the road. So yeah, that's sort of the alternative to those Honeywell lights that are on the building. It lights up pretty far, which we didn't necessarily want to do because we didn't want our whole backyard lit up. But this one has our whole front yard lit up for, once again, security purposes. But yeah, that's the alternative to those white LED ones. Like I said, this one uses quite a bit more power than that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I guess that concludes this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe.